Yo, what's up? It's Alan Tan and I'm Menufoodtruck, and this is my 4th video. I know. I hope you're not bored. I got so many more stories to tell you because each story is very influential of how I'm gonna start my food truck. This story is about Food Cabbie. This one's one of my favorite stories because one morning I wake up a little bit hungover and I look at my Facebook list and I see this thing on my Facebook status or news feed or whatever it is, and it's like Food Cabbie looking for cash operator from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Call this number if interested. So I'm like, who the hell is the Food Cabbie? I don't know anything about the Food Cabbie. I don't think I emailed him for a job. So I look up Food Cabbie and he's a food cart in Toronto that's parked right at Eaton Centre. So I was like, damn, okay, let me give this guy a call. And I give him a call and I tell him about how I've been working for Smokes Poutineery food truck. Bonfire Catering has took me on. I mentioned the name Yvonne. And he's like, oh, I know Yvonne, small world. So he's like, okay, come on down, I'll give you an interview. And so I go to his place, I go get an interview, I pretty much put my heart on my sleeve and I tell him that I just want to learn the trade because I want to start a food truck for myself in the future. So anything that I can learn from you would be very beneficial. You don't even have to pay me. But what he told me was that if you're working for me, I'm going to be paying you. So he ended up paying me. I started getting paid for learning things that I wanted to learn. But throughout the summer, I got to work with Helen, Food Cabbie's wife, and Spiro, the owner of Food Cabbie, and working with those two was fantastic. I learned tons. We shared a lot of laughs, a lot of screaming, a lot of yelling. I screwed up a lot of times, but it was my own fault. It was a learning experience, but now I have a relationship with the Food Cabbie and Helen and Spiro that's pretty great, because I would say we're pretty friendly with one another and they want to help me succeed, and I was willing to help anytime that they need my help. So I ended up working for them a couple of times. At Dundas Square we did some events. I worked for them beside the Eaton Centre when they still had the permit there in the parking lot. And I also went to York University for the ball hockey game a couple of times just to help them with catering events. I got quite a lot to learn from Spiro and Helen. I learned how to sell. I learned how to pull customers in, communicate with customers, take cash, how to communicate with the chef of what is there to order. I learned a lot of lessons. I learned about how to maximize space, because working on a small ass trailer is not an easy thing. So I learned tons from the Food Cabbie, and those skills and those lessons will be with me for forever until I start my own food truck. Then I'll pass them on to somebody else that needs to know some knowledge. Anyways, that's the Food Cabbie story, and on to my 5th video. Peace.